And new tonight, during World War II, Mexican-American soldiers fought for a country that didn't seem to fight for them. A legacy denied by the history books until three Lamar students, Tisha Hubert, Joseph Akers, and CJ Delgado, stepped in and started to rewrite those books. Their muse, 98-year-old Patrick Aguilar. He is the longest living Mexican-American World War II veteran in our area. Here's his story, along with so many other untold ones. 98 years of playing the hand he was dealt. Sergeant Patrick Aguilar's story begins in San Antonio, where he was born in a boxcar on St. Patrick's Day in 1923. To parents who migrated from San Luis Potosí, Mexico, where a revolution was taking place. It brought many Mexicans to Southeast Texas for a better life and jobs in a booming oil industry.
That's when my daddy and a friend of his came all the way over here to look for work, and they found it right away. But it wasn't needed.
Joseph Akers, a U.S. history teacher at Beaumont United, has studied Mexican Americans in Southeast Texas for years. He says Mexicans were treated poorly, working more difficult jobs for lower pay than whites.
Without the Mexican American community here in Southeast Texas, the oil industry, particularly here in the Beaumont, Port Arthur, Port Neches area, would not be what it is today.
And when it came to war,
they would list them as Caucasian, but on the back of their draft card, they would list their complexity.
Fighting for a country that wrote them off.
For some reason, it just missed the history books.
A hidden heirloom.
I came across this picture at the Tyrell Library. This is of Patrick Aguilar when he was drafted into World War II.
Is what prompted Lamar grad student Tisha Hubert to spend the last year writing her master's thesis on Sergeant Aguilar's service in World War II.
He is the last living Mexican-American who has served in World War II who's from this area. In Tyrell Library, all they really have is just his picture and some broad information like what is on his shadow box there.
In hopes to get it published.
That will help with the historiography, especially here for Southeast Texas, to help get that information out there, to help put a footprint down of the Mexican-American community that has served in World War II.
We can now legitimately tell that whole story.
Akers is developing a curriculum using Sergeant Aguilar's story to piece together the Mexican-American experience.
Well, that's it. We're gonna have to go to war.
After the attack on Pearl Harbor, 18-year-old Patrick Aguilar was drafted into the U.S. Army Air Forces on October 8, 1942. Trained as a radio operator, he was transported to England, earning a ribbon as a rifle sharpshooter and carbine expert. Sergeant Aguilar was one of two Mexican Americans in his squadron. He says he never felt any discrimination from his comrades.
We all got along and everything, and everybody had a different job.
Sergeant Aguilar delivered support services, aiding squadrons across Europe. He had to remain on high alert from German bombardments.
And one night, all of a sudden, those three of them went off because a plane was coming by. And we just said, what the heck is going on? But we knew where to get out the tent and run and get into a underground cave for protection.
After the Allies successfully took back the port city of Cherbourg in Normandy, Sergeant Aguilar cleaned up the death. But after World War II ended,
nothing. I mean, people weren't there to, welcome you home, something like that.
No parades or women waiting to kiss soldiers. For Mexican-American troops, it was a quiet walk home from the bus stop.
You got home, he got home. We were lucky we were 5 brothers, and
you all made it home.
To get back to a life in Port Arthur. Sergeant Aguilar worked as a laborer at Gulf Oil Refinery and went back to serve during the Korean War. That's where he obtained the rank of Staff Sergeant. After a year, he got out to care for his growing family. And today, Mayor Thurman Barty signed a proclamation honoring November 25th as Sergeant Patrick Aguilar Day. Now, there's lots of details we left out for TV purposes. You can learn more about Sergeant Aguilar on our website, 12newsnow.com.